there's a certain mystery about life in the wild. And indeed, on account of that, our curiosity is raised. What we see here is a lone elephant. But despite the fact that this is attractive and we are very eager to know about the lifestyle in the jungle, it's not easy. It's a tough assignment. However, Wild Asia is very eager to be able to bring the delights of the jungle and the lifestyle of our animal friends direct to you. So we are willing to endure even a little inconvenience such as searching things out in the jungle to be able to bring it to you. And if you're able to enjoy it, well, our task has then been accomplished. Of an evening, our folk like to get together at sundown, maybe have a chat and enjoy the company of each other. Well, in the wild, it's no different. And they make the effort to meet of an evening. What it is that they engage in discussing, one never really knows. Or perhaps we can draw up and find out.
This is an evening get-together of elephants. Before they set out to forage in the night, they engage in an intimate discussion with their kith and kin. They talk about what happened during the day. This reveals how enthusiastic they are, even about trivialities and small talk, although they are huge. Perhaps they talk about the harm that comes to them from humans, and also about various other hazards and dangers. The behavior of these giants of the forest is quite intriguing. The elephants are more intelligent than most other forms of wildlife. Besides, they are well known for their memory power. Research on elephants has revealed that there have been instances when elephants exhibited a clear memory of people and events even after a year. According to experts, a grown-up elephant possesses the intelligence of a child of 4 to 5 years. Their intelligence and memory have enabled the reporting of some real and interesting stories related to elephants. Among the objectives of the Wild Asia TV team is the recording of such stories.
In our society, we have all sorts of items of food to choose. Tasty foods, good food, and stuff which is not too good for one. But it has been said that if you want to develop your brain, you've got to eat right. But in the animal kingdom, that may not always apply. In the case of the crocodile, which is able to take huge clods of earth, the brain is still very sharp, as you can see.
By the side of a dried-up lake, we came across a very familiar friend. He is the hero of the water. You would have heard quite a lot about the crocodile. It is for a member of his clan that a fox had once arranged a marriage. This crocodile discovered a wonderful solution to the heat wave that affected us recently. The crocodile, dwelling in the forest where there is no one to fan him or hold an umbrella over him, wore quite an interesting jacket to protect him from the sun. Soldiers in jungle combat cover their heads with leaves and branches as camouflage. This too could very well be battle strategy. The crocodile swims with branches, leaves and moss on his back, taking care that these stay above water and are not taken away by it. Quite a strategy. This action proves that the crocodile is a wise and shrewd animal, though it consumes clay for food.
Have you seen a fox? Well, even if you have not seen a fox, you must have heard about the fox. The fox has very crafty, cunning ways. It knows how to get things done. And as the story has it, it was able to beguile the crow and steal the cheese. And there are humans who behave in just that manner, where they offer praise and heap praise upon people and get things done for themselves. Oh, that's the fox. But when you analyze it, there doesn't seem to be that much of a difference between humans and foxes.
Two jackal cubs were walking along a jungle path, discussing how they could deceive someone that day to earn their daily bread. From ancient times, foxes and jackals thrived by taking people for a ride. Suddenly, they heard a sound from behind. This was a fowl, the greatest delicacy of the fox clan. The jackals were impatient. But here, the fowl was shrewder than the jackals. Before the jackals could reach him, the fowl disappeared in the jungle. There are times when the sly fox is beaten by the fowl.
Here then is my question. Who is it who has an extendable nose, a twistable nose, and a retractable nose?
The thirsty elephant went in search of a water hole. Water is essential for the existence of all animals and plants. But the elephant, who is a dignified and proud animal, does not take unsuitable food or drink, however thirsty or hungry he is. The elephant probed the water with his trunk and decided it was not fit enough for him to drink.
As we were getting about, we were able to discover a new mother, and what pride was registered in that red face of hers. And we were able to see it giving suckle to its freshly born babe. Oh, what pride!
According to the research of experts, a monkey eats the leaves of 34 types of plants. It is reported that the monkeys resort to this when they are affected by tapeworm. When the situation is acute, dysentery, stomachache and lethargy are likely to occur. Eating these leaves cures them of these illnesses. After childbirth, the female monkeys regain their health by eating leaves. This little monkey will one day become a huge monkey because of the nutritious value of these leaves.
The jungle is full of all sorts of creatures, some as busy as ants, others that are wily like the fox, or even wise like the elephant, or innocent as the deer. In amongst all of this, you also have a very lazy variety of animal. But as far as the Wild Asia team is concerned, they are but one, and they all belong.
As usual, our team set out about 7:30 in the morning with our camera equipment ready. While on our way, we noted that a tiger cub of about 6 months was getting ready to climb a tree. We got ready to record his daily routine. The tiger cub climbed the tree. This little cub remained up there in the tree until about 3 p.m. We tried to find out what was going on. The little cub was waiting for his mother to return from the hunt. Come to think of it, even tiger cubs have to remain hungry, just as we too have to if you have to depend on others. The tiger clan hunts only when they are hungry. If not, they remain inactive. But the wholesome outcome of this is the maintenance of the balance of life.
There are those amongst humans who have the practice of nodding their heads for everything. Or you find people like that even in the animal kingdom who, as a practice, nod their heads. But of course, the singular difference is that these friends in the forest, when they nod their heads, it is with malice to none and it causes no harm to any. But that's not the way amongst humans. You keep nodding your head for everything. You nodded yourself out of the picture.
This bird, known as Nila Mahagoya, belongs to the pigeon family. The Nila Mahagoya is known as the spy of the forest. Seeing the Wild Asia team, he started shaking his head as if he had recognized us. This bird is generally known as the green imperial pigeon and belongs to the species columbide. These are the biggest pigeons in the wilderness. They form an outstanding species of bird in Sri Lanka's wildlife. The green imperial pigeon can be observed in fruit trees. This bird flies through the forest canopy and flies high up in the forest in the afternoons. Its favorite habitat is the leafless branches of tall trees in the forest canopy. It is not particularly gregarious, but is seen mostly in pairs.
When it comes to love, there is nothing called big and small. And there is no debate about the fact that elephantine love is elephantine. And it flows along the trunk and is communicated. And when these mighty lovers exchange their affections, even the earth shakes. But there are those amongst humans who may not recognize or appreciate what love really means. Well, in this elephantine love, perhaps there is something for them to learn.
It is said that the love and hate of an elephant is only trunk long. As has been seen by us, the Wild Asia team, there is some truth in that saying. Love, expressed through an elephant's trunk, which is a very sensitive organ, extends along the length of the trunk. This loving hand, made up of 5,000 muscles, releases an endless flood of love towards its own kind. That same loving organ aims itself at humans with endless hatred when the elephant is angry. The trunk of the elephant provides strong evidence that proves that love and hate are very close experiences. About 5 to 8.5 liters of water can be retained in an elephant's trunk, which weighs about 125 to 200 kilograms. At the end of the trunk, there is a sensitive finger. With this, an elephant can hold even a minute thing and eat it. The elephant's trunk is its nose. The two nostrils are situated at the end of the trunk. The elephant displays its strength through its trunk, both in love and hate.
From time to time, we folk pack up our bags, get the kids together, rustle them up, and off we go to visit our relatives. Well, that's a good thing, a good practice. Even in the animal kingdom, this happens. Those that travel on the land go that way, those that go across the water go that way. But of course, these days, they need to be a little more vigilant. That's the adult. Oh, for the children, of course, it's a wonderful experience. But vigilance or otherwise, these are trips that have to be undertaken.
This little goose family is described as Thambaseru. They are travelling along a water path. To the little ones, it is like a parade of prisoners. Mother and father are at the front and the back. They provide protection to the young ones. What do these little fellows know? It is only we who know that right round there are enemies. What effort these parents have to make until these little ones grow up. How careful the parents should be. Let's travel carefully, dear children. These birds, known as willow ducks, are tasty prey to predators. As a result, they are highly endangered in the wild.
There is not a moment that remains static in the jungle. Everything keeps changing, every time, all the time. And whenever it is that we visit, there is something new to capture and savor. And inasmuch as we are able to bring to you this live coverage of activity as it takes place here in the wilds, well, if you were able to enjoy that and relish it, our purpose has been achieved, that of Wild Asia TV.